Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Here, we're all set to master Power BI together. Whether you're new to Power BI or looking to boost your skills, you've come to the perfect place. Let's dive in and practice some skills through exam review. Question 1. You are working on a Power BI report where you need to analyze sales data that is updated hourly. The report should reflect the latest data without manual refresh. What is the first step you should take? A. Implement an Azure function to push data to Power BI. B. Import the data and set an hourly refresh schedule in the Power BI service. C. Use direct query to connect to the sales database. D. Is set up a Power BI gateway for continuous data import. The correct answer is C. Why? Here's the explanation. Use direct query to connect to the sales database. Direct query allows real-time data querying from the source, ensuring that the Power BI report reflects the latest data without needing manual refreshes. Question 2. Your company uses Power BI to analyze customer data. You are tasked with ensuring that sales representatives can only access data related to their own clients. Client assignments are stored in a secure database, which correlates sales representatives with client IDs. What is the first action you should take in Power BI Desktop to meet this data security requirement? Letter A. Import client assignment data into the Power BI report. B. Directly connect to the client assignment database using direct query. C. In Power BI Desktop, create a row-level security role based on client IDs. D. Define filter parameters for client data in Power BI Desktop. The correct answer is C. Why? Here's the explanation. In Power BI Desktop, create a row-level security role based on client IDs. The first action should be creating a row-level security role in Power BI Desktop. This role would use DAX expressions to filter data based on the sales representative's client assignments. Question 3. You are a Power BI administrator tasked with organizing various departmental reports and dashboards for a large organization. Each department has specific data needs and access requirements. How should you structure the Power BI workspaces to best manage these department-specific assets while ensuring appropriate access and security? Letter H. Create individual workspaces for each department and assign users to roles like admin, member, contributor, and viewer based on their departmental role and data access needs. B. Consolidate all reports and dashboards into a single workspace, assigning all users as contributors for ease of access. C. Assign all department heads as workspace admins, with other employees as viewers. D. Use a single workspace with row-level security, RLS, to manage access, disregarding specific workspace roles. The correct answer is letter A. Here's why. Create individual workspaces for each department and assign users to roles like admin, member, contributor, and viewer based on their departmental role and data access needs. This method allows for effective segregation of content and tailored access control, adhering to best practices for managing Power BI workspaces. Question 4. You are developing a Power BI report for a financial analysis, including data on stock performance, asset allocation, and risk assessment over several years. What formatting and configuration for a visualization in this report would most effectively convey the trend in stock performance and risk over time? A. Configure a bar chart for asset allocation with all bars in the same color and no distinction between different asset classes. B. Display a radar chart for risk assessment with multiple overlapping layers, making it difficult to discern individual asset risk. C. Implement a pie chart to represent the yearly performance of different stocks without indicating the time sequence. D. Use a dual-axis line chart with one axis for stock performance and the other for risk level, ensuring each axis is clearly labeled and has distinct color coding for each line. The correct answer is D. Here's why. Use a dual-axis line chart with one axis for stock performance and the other for risk level, ensuring each axis is clearly labeled and has distinct color coding for each line. A dual axis chart allows for the comparison of two different scales, stock performance and risk, effectively, and clear labeling with distinct colors aids in understanding and differentiation. Question 5. You are the Power BI administrator for a large organization with various departments, each requiring specific data insights and reporting tools. You need to organize and manage these resources efficiently. What is the most effective strategy to manage Power BI workspaces and assets across different departments? A. Create dedicated workspaces for each department, assigning users to roles, admin, member, contributor, viewer, based on their specific requirements and responsibilities. B. Merge all departmental reports and dashboards into a single workspace for centralized access. C. Implement one shared workspace for all departments, using row-level security, RLS, to manage access. D. Grant admin rights to all users in every workspace to simplify management. The correct answer is A. Here's why. Create dedicated workspaces for each department, assigning users to roles, admin, member, contributor, viewer, based on their specific requirements and responsibilities. This approach allows for structured and secure management of resources, providing tailored access and organization for each department. Question 6. You're importing a large dataset from a SQL database into Power BI. During the import process, you encounter errors due to mismatched data types between the database schema and Power BI, and some date fields are returning null values, which should have valid dates. What is the best approach to resolve these data import errors in Power BI? A. Use Power Query to correct data type mismatches and handle null date values. B. Ignore the errors during import and use DAX to correct them post-import. C. Adjust the data types in the SQL database to match the expected types in Power BI. D. Manually edit the data in Power BI after import to correct the errors. The correct answer is A. Here's why. Use Power Query to correct data type mismatches and handle null date values. Power Query is effective for resolving data type mismatches and dealing with null values during the data import process. Question 7. As a Power BI administrator for a large organization, you are tasked with managing various departmental reports and dashboards. Each department requires different data visibility and access levels. How should you organize and manage Power BI workspaces to accommodate the diverse needs of each department while ensuring data security and efficiency? A. Provide admin rights to all users in department-specific workspaces for ease of management. B. Merge all departmental assets into a single workspace with equal access for all users. C. Use a single workspace with complex row-level security, RLS, for all departments, ignoring individual workspace roles. D. Create individual workspaces for each department, assigning users to roles like admin, member, contributor, and viewer based on their departmental function and data access needs. The correct answer is D. Here's why. Create individual workspaces for each department, assigning users to roles like admin, member, contributor, and viewer based on their departmental function and data access needs. This approach allows for tailored content management, appropriate access control, and helps maintain data security and organization. Question 8. As a Power BI Data Analyst, you are responsible for creating a new workspace for a project that involves multiple departments in your organization. The workspace needs to accommodate various datasets, reports, and dashboards with different access requirements for each department. In this scenario, what is the most appropriate approach for setting up and managing the workspace to cater to the diverse needs of multiple departments? A. Develop a workspace, provide contributor access to all users, and rely on individual report-level security settings. B. Set up a workspace, classify users into members or viewers based on their department, and use row-level security, RLS, to manage access. C. Establish one workspace, upload all necessary assets, and give viewer access to all users. D. Create one workspace, add all users as admins, and upload all datasets, reports, and dashboards. The correct answer is B. Here's why. Set up a workspace, classify users into members or viewers based on their department, and use row-level security, RLS, to manage access. It provides appropriate access levels and uses RLS for fine-grained control over data access. Question 9. You are working on a Power BI model for a financial services firm. The model includes transaction-level data, customer profiles, and financial product details. The large volume of detailed transaction data is causing slow query performance and report loading times. What is the most effective approach to summarizing data in this model to enhance performance? A. Remove all transactions related to less popular financial products to decrease dataset size. B. Summarize customer profiles by combining similar demographic attributes. C. Aggregate transaction data on a weekly or monthly basis, depending on the frequency of reporting needs. D. Increase the data refresh intervals to reduce the load on the system. The correct answer is C. Here's why. Aggregate transaction data on a weekly or monthly basis, depending on the frequency of reporting needs. By aggregating detailed transaction data to a higher level like weekly or monthly can significantly reduce the data volume and improve performance. Question 10. You're importing a large dataset from a SQL database into Power BI. During the import process, you encounter errors due to mismatched data types between the database schema and Power BI, and some date fields are returning null values, which should have valid dates. What is the best approach to resolve these data import errors in Power BI? A. Use Power Query to correct data type mismatches and handle null date values. B. Ignore the errors during import and use DAX to correct them post-import. C. Adjust the data types in the SQL database to match the expected types in Power BI. D. Manually edit the data in Power BI after import to correct the errors. The correct answer is A. Here's why. Use Power Query to correct data type mismatches and handle null date values. Power Query is effective for resolving data type mismatches and dealing with null values during the data import process. Question 11. You are developing a Power BI report for an investment firm to analyze their financial portfolio. The dataset includes various asset classes, historical performance data, risk assessments, and market trends. What custom visual would be most effective for analyzing the risk-return profile of different asset classes in the investment portfolio? A. A custom radial gauge chart for each asset class showing how close each one is to its target return. B. A standard pie chart visual displaying the distribution of investment across different asset classes. C. A custom funnel chart visual representing the progression of investment values through various risk levels. D. A custom scatter plot visual with risk on the x-axis, return on the y-axis, and different colors representing different asset classes, possibly with bubble sizes reflecting the market value of assets. The correct answer is D. Here's why. A custom scatter plot visual with risk on the x-axis, return on the y-axis, and different colors representing different asset classes, possibly with bubble sizes reflecting the market value of assets. Scatter plots are ideal for comparing two quantitative variables, risk and return. Customizing it with colors for asset classes and bubble sizes for market values adds depth to the analysis. Question 12. You are analyzing a dataset in Power BI containing several years of sales data for a multinational company. The dataset includes information on sales volumes, customer demographics, and seasonal variations. What is the most effective way to identify patterns and trends in this sales data to inform future marketing strategies? A. Pie chart distribution. B. Clustered column chart. C. Correlation matrix. D. Time series analysis. The correct answer is D. Here's why. Time series analysis. Highly effective for identifying trends and patterns in sales data over a period. Question 13. You are working on a Power BI report for a retail company. The company wants to analyze monthly sales trends. You decide to use DAX to create a calculated measure that will show the average monthly sales per store. Which DAX formula would accurately calculate the average monthly sales per store? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Or D? The correct answer is D. Here's why. This formula calculates the average total sales per store, with the sales totals adjusted to ignore the store context but retain the monthly context. Question 14. You are analyzing a dataset in Power BI containing a decade of global sales data for a consumer electronics company. The dataset includes information on sales volume, customer demographics, and regional distribution. Which method would be most effective for identifying key sales trends and customer purchasing patterns in this dataset? A. Line chart for time series analysis. B. Pie chart for demographic distribution. C. Clustered bar chart for regional comparison. D. Scatter chart for sales versus demographics. The correct answer is A. Here's why. Line chart for time series analysis. Ideal for visualizing sales trends over a long period, effectively showing changes in patterns in the data. Question 15. In Power BI, you are using Power Query to create a custom table that aggregates sales data. You need to generate a series of sequential numbers starting from 100, with a step of 10, creating 50 values in total. Which Power Query formula should you use? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Or D? The correct answer is A. Here's why. The list numbers function with parameters 100, 50, 10 correctly generates a sequence starting at 100, with 50 numbers, increasing by a step of 10. That's a wrap for our first Associate Data Analyst in Power BI review. But guess what? There's more. So stay tuned for the next one and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, so you won't miss out. Just the guy wanted to become a data analyst.